What is up, Pirates fans? Welcome back to game number 2. It's 12 o'clock. No, not quite. It's 11:41 out here in Katy, Texas. We're a long way from home, but we're playing baseball. I don't know who we're playing here. Trying to read their shirts. I could look on the game changer, but I'm just trying to read their shirts. Oh, we're playing the bullpen, so it must be all their backup players, I guess. I kid. Playing the bullpen. That seems like it might be a pretty good gig, being a bullpen catcher on a major league team. I don't know. I don't know. I've never done that, so I don't know how it would be, but it would be a good view. I can tell you that much. It's a fun spot to watch a game from out in the bullpen. Pirates lost their first game. Probably could have won it, but they did not. Lost 9-6. They played pretty well. Made a few mistakes on defense. That's really what cost them, honestly. Mistakes on defense, and then and we left a lot of runners on base. I think we stranded, let me count. We stranded at least 8 base runners. I think maybe 10. Anyway, can't do that if you want to win ball games. So it's all right. We are the visiting team this time around, so we're going to get things started. Ty is leading off, followed by Dash, and then I don't know who's hitting third. I might find out here in a minute. Ty stands in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
Ty.
Here's the pitch. That's hit hard up the middle for a base hit.
All right, let's start it off, Ty.
Brings up Dash, hitting in the 2-hole this game. No batting gloves.
Dashy. Let's go.
Ty takes off. Take was on all the way. That's outside for a ball.
Way to hustle, Ty.
Ty is safe. So I've noticed something, folks. Throws down when the pitcher's is warming up, the throw down is usually pretty good. When there's a batter in the box, every throw down sails to the right. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to the pitch. Oh, it gets past the pitcher, gets to the second baseman. Base runner moves over, so Dash does a job. He hit that one off the end of the bat, but got the job done nonetheless. That brings up Travis, a.k.a. the Rock Jock.
Nope.
Upstairs for ball one.
Making your pitch, 7. We got T-Money.
Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2.
Travis wants to hit. Go.
Here's the pitch. Travis fouls that one out of play. Nobody's hurt. Nobody got hit. Someone will get hit. I might even make a play today, guys. Folks, I got a chance. Here's the pitch. Travis pops that one out into shallow left center. That's going to get down. That's in no man's land. That gets down for a base hit. Scores a run.
Good job, T.
Oh, what trap?
That brings up KP Kelby Pittman. The Dash is in as a courtesy runner for Travis. Dash gets his lead. Kelby stands in there. Here's the pitch. That was a balk. That's in there for a strike. Balk was not called. Dash with his 49th stolen base of the season. Steal a base, steal a taco. Everybody's getting free Taco Bell after this. There is a Taco Bell back near the highway. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike
All right,
2.
you got it, Kelby. It's a 6-1.
Watch it all the way back, you got it?
Kelby.
Watch for the curveball, folks. There it is. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second base. Dash gets his lead. Second baseman's holding him on. Here's the pitch. Another curveball. Kelby could have worn it, but he chose not to. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one to the right side. That's going to move Dash over. Out number 2.
All right, Luke Landers.
That brings up Luke Lunar Landers. Two outs, runner on. Pitcher steps off. Dash is clapping at him. Claps are throwing him off. I can tell you that much. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Luke hits that one deep into the gap in left center. That's going to get down for at least a double. Dash scores on the play, on the hit, and Luke's in for a stand-up double. Great hit there by Luke. Hit that one into the gap. Pitcher didn't come set yet again. That's in there for a ball. It's the second time that he's balked, but it's not getting called.
All right, Pressy.
That's in there for a strike. Luke gets his lead. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Gets to the screen, and Luke's going to advance to third on the pitch. 2-1 count. Tell you what, folks, the field umpire is hustling more than I've seen any umpire in 11U baseball hustle ever. So kudos to him. We're going to give him a drink of water later. Here's the pitch. Preston fouls out back. He's also 18. James Harden is behind the plate, and there's an 18-year-old out in the field. The home plate umpire's beard, folks, if you haven't seen it on the screen, it is an awesome beard. You got to see it. There's the pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Luke is going to try and score, and he's – all right, folks, he is called safe, but he was actually out. He was 100% out on that, but we got the call, so – I'll take it. 100% he was out, though. You heard it here first on KNOW. Here's the pitch. Preston fouls that one down the third base line. Pirates lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Preston hits that one hard, but right to the shortstop. He fields it on a big hop, throws him out. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Pirates 3, the bullpen 0.
Straight punishment. I'm keeping the tag on it. That thing's going back.
Well, we're glad that you're with us today, folks, out here at the Cotton Sports Ranch. If you've never been out here, come check it out. It only costs you $10 if you're an adult. It's free if you're a kid, but if you're a kid, you're probably not listening to me. So it's not going to be free for you. It's going to cost you $10. If you're listening, you're probably also not anywhere close to where we are. So basically just talking nonsense at this point. But I'm glad that y'all are all listening to my nonsense. It's fun. You know, you got to fill airtime with something. So why not fill it with this? All right, defensively for the Pirates, Kelby's got the start on the mound. Travis is behind the plate. Will's at third. Brenner's at short. Luke is at second. Preston's at first. Henry's in right. Parker's in center. And Clint is in left. So that is your defensive starting lineup for the boys. All right, folks. Tiregate has been resolved. Tiregate 2025 is over. We've got a new tire. They've made it. So Tiregate is over. Sawgate's still happening. Henry, I mean, it's just getting worse by the minute. You can see about 3 inches of Henry's legs on both legs now. I don't think anybody else has their socks. Here we go. First pitch. Kelby working out of the windup. Bunt is foul. Strike one. Here's the pitch. It's hit hard, but Preston able to get a glove on it, stops it, gets the first out of the inning. Great defensive work there by Preston. That ball was hit hard. Preston able to field it and get the first out.
Shot, D.
All right, that is hit high and deep over Parker's head. That's going to one hop over the fence for a ground rule double. That was a well hit ball, folks. All right, I'm feeling good now. I got a Topo Chico, a little bit warm for coffee. One of the good things about the Katy Sports Ranch is you can bring a cooler full of drinks. So the Pirates hospitality team really hooked me up with a cooler full of drinks. We got some Topo Chico. We got some sparkling water. We got hop water. There's a few adult beverages in there if anybody wants to partake. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Here's the pitch. That's a bunt. Really good bunt down the third base line. No play. It was a very good bunt, folks. Runners on the corners. That was a balk, but they, I guess, I don't know. That was crazy. That was 100% a balk, but they didn't call it. Swinging bunt. All right, well, The play almost worked. Play almost worked, but it didn't. So that's the third bunt that these guys have tried to put down, which is good. I like seeing small ball. You don't see that a whole lot in baseball anymore. So here's the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Brenner's charging hard. He's going to field it, get the second out of the inning. The run scores on the play. 2 outs, runner on third base. Pirates lead 3-1. Here's the pitch that bounces in. Travis able to stop it, but it bounces way away from him. Kelby. Kelby's still working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Ball 2. Two 2-1 count. 2 outs. Pirates lead 3-2. Here's the pitch in the dirt for ball 3. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. 2 out walks. That one bounces back into fair territory. If it was a bunt, it would have been a good one. But instead, it was a wild pitch. Kelby takes a look over at the runner on first base. He throws over to first. Runner's back in time. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. All right, folks, so I now know why the umpire is running so much. It's because he's actually out of position. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Travis with the throw down. Great throw.
Oh!
That was a great throw. Travis threw him out. I'm not really sure how we missed that tag, but missed the tag. The runner kind of jumped out of the way, and we missed the tag. So anyway, good throw there by Travis. 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Two runs on 1 hit. They're able to strand a base runner. They head into the top of the second inning. Pirates 3, bullpen 2. Well, we're glad you're here with us today, folks. You probably made the right decision watching it instead of coming out here. It's hot. There's not a lot of shade. There's a little bit of shade up under the concession stand that doesn't actually sell any concessions. There's shade and fans up there, so if you're sitting out here, that's where you want to be. The problem is you can't really see the ball game from up there. There was a fruit stand on the way here, folks. They were selling watermelons, oranges, mangoes, limes, and Texas honey. I think we're going to be stopping there on the drive home. It looked pretty good. Nothing like some fresh fruit. Certainly nothing like some fresh local honey. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right, due up for the Pirates are at least Brenner and Henry. I'm not sure who's after Henry. Can't tell by looking over the dugout. So Brenner, Henry, and then someone. Here's the first pitch. Brenner hits that one softly to third base. He's charging hard. Brenner's running fast. Throw is in time for the first out of the inning. First baseman had the wrong foot on the base, so his stretch actually worked against him. He's a right-handed. He throws right-handed, but he had his left foot on the base. So, but still got the out. All right. That brings up Henry. Looking to hit one hard somewhere. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one hard up the middle. That's going to get in, literally booted by the shortstop. So Henry's on base. That's what happens when you hit the ball hard. You get rewarded. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall. It's 2 for 2 on the day. Henry gets his lead. Throw back over to first. Henry doesn't slide, but it's not in time.
That's a veteran move right there.
Throw back over. Not in time. Henry had a tiny lead. Yeah, Henry's got a small lead. See if he takes off. Henry hits that one, or Will hits that one high and deep. Right fielder's not going to get there. That bounces at the wall. Henry had to hold up. Will in with a double, and Henry advances to third because he had to hold up on that to see if right fielder was able to make the play. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It bounces all the way back to the pitcher. Good thing, good read there by Henry not going because he'd have been out. Sorry, folks. I got to get in the shade. Well, y'all don't care. You can't see me, but I got to get in the shade. It's hot out there. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. Back to the screen. It's really hard to get a read with this backstop. There's a rock wall behind home plate. A lot of times the ball just bounces straight back to the pitcher. So anyway, runners on second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch outside and upstairs for ball 3. There's 3-0 in there for strike 1. Parker trying to get the ball 4 call by making his way down to first before the pitch got there. Good idea, but that was right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 4. So that brings up Clint. Clint's got the bases loaded. He's going to be looking to do a job with the bases loaded. 1 out. Henry's on third. Will is on second. Parker is on first. Clint's going to be looking to hit something in the gap. There's a giant gap between right and center. That could have been a run right there. Clint ducks out of the and bullpen turns a double play to get out of that jam. So unfortunate for the Pirates. They don't score any runs on one hit. We head into the bottom half of the second inning. Pirates 3, bullpen 2. Kelby's making his way back out to the mound.
I do. Get out of here. What do you need ice for? I'm fine. Thanks. 7.
All right, defensively, here we go. Kelby's back on the mound. Travis is back behind the plate. Ty's at third. Dashes at short. Clint's at second. Preston's at first. Will's in right. Parker's in center. Henry's in left. Volume is low and staticky is the report. Let's see if the IT department can get on that. IT is on it, folks. Sorry for the sub-excellence on the audio side of things. We strive for excellence here at KNOW, because if you know, you know. IT department's on it, though, folks. We're going to try and get this resolved. It also might just be an internet issue. Getting internet's always difficult out at these ballparks, so we're doing the best we can with the tools we got. All right, here we go. Kelby's working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Strike one. Fouled off the end of the bat. Strike one. Here's the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat again to dash it short. He fields it, fires to first, and gets the first out of the inning. Unsuccessful throw around the horn. It hit the ground. That doesn't count, folks. So we're not counting that.
You're doing an awesome job. We've been listening to the game got started early.
We got started way early.
Game got started early.
Here's the pitch. That's hit off the end of the bat as well to Ty at third. He fields it, makes the throw, and gets the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs there for the Pirates. Off 2 little squibs off the end of the bat. Here's the pitch. Hit hard but foul. Strike one.
Knock it off. That was me.
Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball one.
In my core. I think if it gets above 90, you're allowed to throw ice. Go, Kelp.
Here's the pitch. Foul back.
Way to get ahead, Kel. One more. Let's go, Kelby.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Travis drops it and tags him out. That is the third out of the inning. So Kelby ends the first and the second inning with strikeouts. Pirates don't give up any runs because they got them in order. We move into the top of the third. Pirates 3, the bullpen too. We got a nice little breeze out here now, folks. Hopefully we resolved any audio issues we were having. If you still think we're having audio issues, check your hearing aids. It might be you. I'm kidding. All right, we're saying now that they can't hear us at all. Give me a text if you can hear. I'm going to pull it up on YouTube. Alright, we're saying now that they can't hear us at all. Give me a text if you can hear. Alright, folks, listen. The audio issues are clearly resolved. And I did just get a text that the audio is good. So big thanks to our IT department resolving that issue quickly and efficiently. That's what we do here at KNOW. We strive for excellence. We strive for excellence every day of the week, but mostly on Saturdays and Sundays. Because those are the only days we're broadcasting. All right, folks, we're back at the top of the Pirates lineup. Ty, Dash, and then someone else. All right, folks, here we go. Getting this inning started. Ty, the hit guy, he's 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Ty hits that one. Chopper down the third base line. Third baseman unable to come up with the play. It goes out of play, and Ty gets to go to second base on the dead ball. That one rolled out of the field of play. Ty's on second. That brings up Dash. Exact same situation as when Dash was up in the first inning. Ty got a single and then stole the first pitch. But Ty's on second, Dash is up. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Calls for Dash to cook, come from the moms. See if he can start cooking something. The cook is apparently in the kitchen. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Good take there. 2-1. Runner on second base, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Nope. Fooled me. There was nobody home, so that fooled me. Coach asking the second baseman, what is your job? So here's the pitch. Dash hits that one hard. That's going to get down for a base hit. Line drive over the shortstop. Dash is going to advance to second on the throw. So good heads-up base running by Dash. Ty got held up at third on the good throw from the center fielder. So Pirates are in business. Dash cooking. Travis hits that one hard up the middle. That's going to be at least an RBI, probably 2. Ty scores. Dash is going to score. And Travis is on second base with a 2 RBI single. All right, so we got we got lots of text in, folks. Everyone's saying YouTube's good. So if you're not watching on YouTube, turn it on YouTube. That's why we got the YouTube channel. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Kelby wanted to swing, but he didn't. 1-0. Pirates lead 5-2 right now. We are in the top half of the 3rd inning. Pirates are ahead 5-2 for you YouTubers out there. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for a good stop there by the catcher. He turned his head as he stopped it, so it was actually luck, but good stop nonetheless. Travis is on second base. KP Kelby Pittman's up. He's got a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The pitcher's not coming set on probably 75% of the pitches he's throwing. He's balking, but they're not calling it.
No outs, Travis. Know what you're doing. Here we go, Kelby, looking good.
Here's the pitch. Kelby ducks it down out of the way. Could have worn that, been on, but he decided not to. Here's the pitch upstairs for ball 4. So Kelby earns a no-out walk. There's still no outs here in the top of the 3rd. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Luke Lunar Landers is up. Luke's 1 for 1 on the day. There is a pitch, no, defensive change. Right fielder's making his way in. I don't know if he's coming in so he can warm up or maybe he made a mistake out there. I don't know. Regardless, it looks like he's going to warm up to pitch. So right fielder changed out. Dash is going to courtesy run for Kelby. Travis, great read there by Travis, able to steal 3rd on a ball that really didn't get past the catcher at all, but Travis read it well, saw the catcher trying to find the ball. It was right at his feet, but he couldn't find it. Travis doing a good job advancing to 3rd. Dash advances to 2nd. Sorry, to clarify, Dash is courtesy running for Kelby. It's just a courtesy, folks. Just a courtesy. It's in there for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Down low. Ball 3. Bullpen is trying to quickly warm up their pitcher in the bullpen. So bullpen's working in the bullpen. It's clever. It's clever, folks. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Take was on all the way. Luke had a 3-0 count. Kid has struggled to find the strike zone this inning, so good take there by Luke. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. A little bit outside, too, by the way. So, bases loaded, nobody out. Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, going to be looking to chop some wood. Coach makes his way out to the mound. We're going to have a pitching change, folks. So, this pitcher goes 1 inning. He gives up 5 runs on, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm going to say on 6 hits. He leaves with the bases loaded, so he's going to be responsible for all of these base runners. And yeah, anyway, so new pitcher. Hasn't thrown one to the catcher yet, actually. He's thrown them all back to the screen. All right, so folks, while we have a minute here, we're going to talk about something that y'all can't see. But so there are 4 tents on our side, 4 tents on the other team's side. There are 2 older gentlemen who are trying to put up a 5th tent on our side, but they're not having a whole lot of success. I think they've been working at it pretty much this entire game. So we've been playing, I don't know, 35 minutes now. They are no further along than when they started. They got the poles put together, so that's positive. They've put the poles together. They're not sure how to attach the poles to the actual polyester, canvas, whatever. I don't know what that material is, but whatever the actual shade part of it is, they're struggling. So instead of helping them out, I'm just going to kind of give them a hard time on the broadcast. They're not here to defend themselves. They're lost. No, they're trying hard. They're just trying to set up some shade for, some moms. Just so far, unsuccessfully. We'll keep track of this. We'll see how long. We're going to say 35 minutes right now. We'll see how long it takes them. Okay, the over-under is going to be 50 minutes. Over-under is 50 minutes. If you want to text me if you're taking the over or the under. I think I'm going to take the over. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Preston hit the ball hard last game. Looking to chop some wood again this game. Here's the pitch. Preston hits that one into the left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Left fielder misjudged it, so it bounces past him. That's going to be a bases clearing. Nope, not a bases clearing double. Probably should have been a bases clearing double, but it was not. So 2 RBI double for Preston. All right, so the first person in on the over-under is not taking either. He's actually taking the hardened beard, so that's fair. Take it. Brings up Brenner. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Brenner hits that one hard, but right at the third baseman for the first out of the inning. So third baseman, had he looked at second, he'd have thrown Preston out. Preston had a giant lead. Fortunately, he tried getting Ty out at third. So Preston's still on at second. That brings up HP 10. He's looking to have some fun. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one foul down the third baseline. Great play there by Ben. He's already got a spot on the over 35 team. No one's going to take that spot from him. We had tryouts a week ago. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one hard right at the other team's coach. He just gets out of the way, doesn't even try and make a play. I don't think we're going to give him a tryout. You can't be scared of the ball if you want to play over 35 baseball. Here's the pitch. Henry with the strikeout, but it scores a run. That brings up Will to throw Hall. Ty scored on that one, by the way. So drop third strike. Henry runs, but doesn't beat the throw out, but scores a run. nonetheless. So Pirates lead 6-2. Here's the pitch. It's inside. Will hanging in there. I like seeing that. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Will hit a double deep into the right center gap last time up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He wanted that one, but he pulled his head, so he didn't get it.
Back and drive. Here we go.
Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 4. Brings up Parker. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. All right, here we go, folks. Pitcher comes set. Pitcher comes set. Throw over to first base, not in time.
Casual.
Will takes off, throws high, pitches high, sorry. No throw. Ball 1. Still working on the tent, folks. It's been 6 minutes since we last talked about it. Here's the pitch. There's a foul ball. We almost had our first casualty, folks, but they had a tent in the way. 1-1. I don't think they got the instructions. See, that's the problem. There's a lot of folks that think you don't need instructions to set stuff up, but what happens is it takes you 46 minutes to set up a tent. We're not quite to 46. We're at like 41. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
Hey, stay back and try the PG. Here we go.
Here's the pitch. Curveball.
Anyway, battle.
Fouled off. You know what's unfortunate about pitching at this age, or at least my observation. We'll talk about it at the break. How about that? We'll talk about it at the break. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Pirates score 3 runs on handful of hits. They lead 6-2. All right, let's talk about the problem with. It's a coaching problem. It's not a player problem, but so at least as I have observed in these last 2 games, but in a lot of games, let's be frank. Coaches are not teaching these pitchers how to pitch. they're just kind of telling them to throw. I don't actually know what they're doing, but these boys are not taught to like try and set up pitches. They're not taught to, and I'm not talking about the Pirates here. I'm talking about teams that we play. And I'll give you my evidence here in a minute, but they're not really taught to pitch. They're just taught to throw certain pitches. So if you watch, every single time these bullpen hitters, sorry, 8-2. I was wrong. Not 6-2, 8-2. Every single time these bullpen pitchers, and it happened with the team before, anytime they get ahead 0-2 or 1-2, they're throwing a curveball. It's like clockwork, throwing a curveball, which is fine if all you want to do is throw a curveball. But it just, I don't know, it just kind of drives me crazy because, one, you don't need to do it at this age. And two, it doesn't really teach you how to pitch. It's just if you throw a curveball, throw it 0-2 or 1-2. And if all you got's a curveball and a fastball, throw a fastball every other pitch of the at-bat. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I know I'm probably stepping on some folks' toes, but would love to see youth coaches actually teach their kids how to pitch, how to approach each at-bat as a pitcher, as opposed to just, hey, here's how you throw a curveball, and you should throw it 0-2, 1-2. You know, my guess is, too, the coaches that are teaching these boys how to throw a curveball probably don't know how to throw a curveball. So they don't. If you don't know how to throw one, you don't know how to teach someone to throw one. Anyway. I'll get off my soapbox. Apologies for getting on it. I'll get off of it. We're starting. Uh-oh, folks. They're getting close. Oh, they lost it. They were so close, and then they lost it. Here's the pitch. That got him. Leadoff batter is on with a hit by the pitch. Folks, they were close. Oh, it's almost like they're at the beach trying to set up a tent on the beach with the wind blowing real hard. They got it, folks. If you took the over, you lost. It was definitely the under, but not by much. I've got it at exactly 45 minutes. Sorry, exactly 44 minutes. The over-under was 45 minutes, so they were on the under. It was close, though. There's a World War II plane flying around. Here's the pitch. The ump almost called it a strike, but he decided not to. Throw down is not in time. Runner on second base, 1-0 count. Sorry, folks, there's a lot going on. A World War II fighter plane just flew overhead. Usually when you see one, you see a whole gaggle of them, so we'll be looking. Keep you posted. Runner takes off. Here's the pitch. Throw down to third. Almost got him. Good scoop and tag there by Dash. Throw just not quite in time. Here's the pitch. 3-0 count. Kelby going to be looking to throw some strikes. Oh, we didn't go through defensive changes for the Pirates. Sorry, Luke's behind the plate. Kelby's still out on the mound. Dash is at first. Brenner's at short. Clint's at second. Kelby throws over to third. Dash puts a very hard tag on the third baseman. Tries a hidden ball trick and then throws it back. Preston's at first. Will is in right. Henry's in center. And Ty is in left. Here's the pitch. Inside ball 4. So Kelby gives up a 4-pitch walk. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Lots of music going on out here, folks, and most of it's pretty obnoxious. I have very strong feelings about music at baseball games. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Runner steals second. Play was on, kind of, but Luke decided not to throw it down. Good decision because the runner was already there. He wasn't going to fool anybody. Really just had an opportunity to make a mistake. So 0-1. This kid hit one to deep to center. He ground rule double last time up. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 1.
So it was sort of like, wait, is that related or just unrelated?
Here's the pitch. That gets to the screen, but pops right back to Luke. Runner does not advance. 2-1. Travis is down in the bullpen. Not the team we're playing's bullpen. Not bullpen's bullpen, but he's down in the Pirates bullpen warming up. Here's a pitch. That's fouled back for strike 2. Pirates lead 8-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch. That's fouled back. 8-2. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Kelby has got a 2-2 count on this bullpen hitter. It's weird to think of a bullpen hitter. Typically, it's just pitchers that come out of the bullpen. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 3. 1 out. Runner still on 2nd and 3rd. Here's the pitch. Grounded softly to 3rd. Foul and out of play. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Strike 2.
Yes, rocking it.
All right, folks, we're going to give you an update on the tent here in just a minute. Here's the pitch. Fouled right side. Ben almost comes up with the play. That was going to be a tough rebound any day of the week. He almost made it, but not quite. So the tent is set up. It's not providing a ton of shade, and no one's sitting under it. So 44 minutes of work. That's hit hard to the right side. That's going to score at least 1. Will charging hard, throwing it to first. Doesn't get the out. That was a good decision, but doesn't get the out. Run scores. Does hold the runner on 3rd base. So 1 out. Runners on the corners now. Ben's coming out. I think Kelby is done for the day. Yep, he is. So good outing there by Kelby. He goes 2 1/3. He gives up 3 runs on a handful of hits. He is responsible for the runners on 1st and 3rd right now. So Travis is coming in. He was behind the plate earlier. Now he's on the mound. All right, folks. So the tent is not providing a ton of shade, and no one's in it. That's a lot of work. 44 minutes worth of work, in fact, to have no one even utilize it. That's a bummer. So anyway, we got a break in the action. I'm going to go throw some trash away. There's only 1 trash can out here. It's mostly full. It's right by the porta potty. That's where I'm headed. I'll keep the mic on. The septic tanks are still overflowing out here at Cotton Sports Ranch. It has apparently been an issue for a long time because they have barricades over the actual restrooms, and they've brought in a trailered porta potty. So I guess they don't really care to fix the septic tank leak. They're just going to let it leak. They're just going to let it leak and provide all the viewing audience, well, not the viewing audience, all the fans with a porta potty, trailered porta potty. So that's cool. It's hot out there, folks. It's hot here. It's even hotter for these boys. They're playing out on turf. Can't find any natural baseball fields anymore. We've gone to turf pretty much everywhere. It's, because getting baseball games in is more important than anything. So we can't have the weather disrupt us. Can't have the weather disrupt us. Got to have an artificial surface. That's what we've got. It raises the temperature by about 20 degrees out on the field. We'll get the KNOW meteorology department to give you an accurate reading for the temperature on the field. But I'm saying it's at least 20 degrees hotter. So it's all right. Well, folks, we got people listening all over the country. I don't think we got anybody listening from anywhere outside of the country, but if you're listening internationally, we're glad you're with us. Shoot me a text or leave a message in the Game Changer or YouTube app. Let us know if you're listening internationally. We love our international audience. All right, back in the action, folks. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Pirates lead 8-3. Travis is on the mound. Fakes the pick to third. Throws back over to first. Runner was back in plenty of time. Bunt. Safety squeeze is on. Travis tries to tag him. All right, moms are all over it. The moms are yelling at the umpire. So safety squeeze was on. We have yet to see that, so I'm not sure that the Pirates really knew what to do on that. We've yet to see the safety squeeze. Safety squeeze was on. Travis went over to field it, made a good play, tried picking the ball up, missed the ball, but put the tag on, and it knocked the runner over. Dash came in and grabbed the ball, tagged the runner out, but now the umpire is saying it's interference. So Ben's getting an explanation. See what happens. It was a good bunt, though. I will say that. It's a good bunt. The mom's got the call for the other team there. I actually don't know what the ruling was. The pole was right in my way, so I don't know if Travis was holding him down or not, but Travis tagged him. The runner slipped, tried going back. Dash charged in, was charging in on the play. He picked up the ball and tagged the runner out, but 4 moms on the other side started screaming, and so they got a call. All right, runners on first and second, 1 out. Pirates lead 8-4. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Good snag there by Luke. It's getting hot, folks. It's getting hotter by the minute. I'm sweating. Everybody's sweating. If they're out here, if you're listening, you might be in some nice AC. That's inside for ball 2. That one bounces over halfway down the third base line, hitting off the rock wall.
Go get him!
Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah!
He's out at third. Out at home. Sorry.
Yeah,
Folks, that was exciting. I'm sorry that I didn't call it. I was too engaged in the watching the rundown. So runner on third tried advancing to home. They got him in a rundown. He got out of the first tag and then got tagged out at home. This is the quick story. Here's the pitch. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2-1 count.
I need that toe.
Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner, a little bit too far outside. 3-1. All right, Travis got his shoes tied. We're back at it. 2 outs. Runner on third base. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. Full count. 2 outs. Runner on third. Here's the pitch. Changeup bounces in there for ball 4. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Luke throws it down. Clint comes over and cuts it off. Nobody biting on that one. Here's the pitch. Looked good, but not called. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Foul tip, strike 1. Luke caught it, but it only counts as an out if it's the 3rd strike. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Good stop there by Luke.
Go drive, you got it?
Here's the pitch. That's hit into shallow center. Henry in, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Pirates give up 2 runs on, I think, 2 hits. They lead 8-4. We head into the top of the 4th inning. It's still hot out here in Katy, Texas. Lots of baseball happening at Cotton Sports Ranch. Lots of baseball. If you like youth baseball, it's only going to cost you $10 to come out here. They got fresh fruit stand within driving distance, so you can get some fresh fruit. You can also get some fast food if you want it. Looks like the same pitcher has made his way out onto the mound for this bullpen team. He's coming out of the bullpen. The team, not the actual place. I know, dad joke. Hashtag dad joke. You know what? Some of my jokes just aren't that funny, folks, so I apologize in advance. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some land, some don't. That one probably didn't land. Pitcher for the bullpen he's got kind of a funky delivery, which I think is one of the reasons the boys kind of struggled to hit him last inning, but got a funky delivery. Tough to pick the ball up super early, just the way he's delivering the pitch. Gets way out in front, but still able to throw strikes. So. Trying to find some shade, folks, but it's tough. It is tough to find some shade out here at Cotton Sports Ranch.
Even though that's the 3rd out, it counts as a hit and it doesn't get the no-hitter.
All right, folks, we're about to get started. Clint's leading off for the Pirates, followed by Ty, and then Dash. All right, I cooled off under the shade a little bit. I can't be too close to a bunch of people talking because it distracts me. I need a booth, but KNOW hadn't provided me with a booth yet. Maybe they will. Maybe the Pirates will. That's where it needs to come from. All right. Clint's up. He's standing at the very front of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Clint fouls that one out of play. I'm on it. And I made the play, folks. I made the play. I told you guys I was going to make a play today, and I just made it. I almost bobbled it, but I made it.
Popped his ACL, but he went.
I may have blown out my hammy, but I made the play. Did not drop the ball. It's in there for ball one. Pretty proud of myself, folks. Not going to lie. Pretty proud of myself. Here's the pitch. Fouled off down the first base line. Robert unable to come up with a rebound, but does make a good grab off the turf. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. You know what, folks? I might have been able to make that play, but I didn't get a good break on it, so I didn't see it clean off the bat, you know. And yeah, I'm down to one hammy now. I didn't want to tear the other one. 1-2 count to Clint. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball two. Still no casualties that we've seen. I probably saved at least 3 people's lives by catching that baseball. Here's the pitch. That's curveball that didn't break one bit. 3-2. Full count. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. So great at bat there by Clint. Getting behind in the count early, but then working all the way back to earn a leadoff walk. And you know what we say here at KNOW. Leadoff walks will kill you. Brings up Ty, the hit guy. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He's got a base hit, and he reached on an error. Here's the pitch. Clint takes off. He's going to steal it, no problem. Pitch was down low for ball 1. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Ball 2. That delivery it's different, folks, and the ball's got a bunch of side spin on it. It's not, I don't know, it's weird. Here's the pitch. That one is inside. Ty could have worn it, but instead he ducks down and Clint advances to third. 3-0. Coach makes his way out to the mound. There is a bullpen pitcher down in the bullpen. Got a little break in the action. Catcher's getting a drink of water. Coach is out talking to his pitcher, just trying to calm him down. Tell him, look, man, just got to throw more strikes than balls. If you throw more strikes than balls, we probably have a chance. It's good coaching right there. That's all I got to say. That's good coaching. All right. 8-4 Pirates, nobody out. Clint's on third base. Ty, the hit guy, is up. Dash is on deck. Bullpen pitcher makes his way back in from the bullpen. I know it's confusing, folks, but it's the hand that we're dealt. Here's the pitch. It's down low for ball 4. Sorry, that even confused me. You typically don't see a mound visit in the middle of an at-bat, but we did have a mound visit in the middle of an at-bat there. So Ty's on with back-to-back walks. Ty takes off, pitches down low for ball 1.
They do. I think they're better at changing.
So Dash has got 1-0 count, runners on second and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch. It's in there for strike 1. Dash didn't like that one. He looked back at the ump with wide eyes. Looked high to me, but called the strike nonetheless. Pitcher didn't come set. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2. So these bullpen pitchers, they're not actually in the bullpen, folks. That's the name of the team. I know, it's confusing. Sorry, had to. It's too easy. Here's the pitch. Curveball outside. Actually, I don't know if that was his curveball. It might have just been his natural delivery. 3-1. But I don't even know. Oh, they're not coming set. It's like at least 2/3 of their pitches, they are not coming set, but the umps aren't calling it. So he does come set there. Here's the pitch. Dash swings and misses. Way out in front of that one. There's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So 3 walks in a row, loads the bases. That brings up Travis, a.k.a. the Rock Jock. And we're going to have a pitching change, folks. All right, well, we got a break in the action. The tent is not in use anymore. It's actually never in use. The kids playing over on the field have stopped because it's real hot. No reason in warming up right now, honestly. It's hot. It's exceptionally hot on the turf. Give you a AI weather report. Let's see what it says. AI weather report says it's partly cloudy, 88 degrees, feels like 98. So that means on the turf, it probably feels like 125. I just made that up. AI weather report says hot and humid afternoon with some clouds, so be sure to take precaution against the midday sun. All right, folks, we got an even better update. The tent has now blown over, and Pirates fans are trying to deal with the tent. They're not responsible for it, but they're trying to deal with it nonetheless. So this tent has kind of been a disaster all the way around. It took 44 minutes to put up. It took about 17 to blow over, and the folks who put it up have disappeared. So love it. All right, folks, we're back in the action. Travis is up, bases loaded, nobody out. Pirates lead 8-4. Travis looking to add to that lead. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He wanted that one, though, folks. You know, there is a lone fan out in left center field. He's got a pretty good spot out there. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. That's a good spot to watch. I wish I was out there watching. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1-2. Well, either this kid doesn't have a curveball, which I fully support, or he just didn't think to throw it ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. Nope, he has a curveball. He just threw it there. Travis fouled it off. Didn't hit anyone. I just noticed this, folks. I don't know how it took me this long to notice it, but there are pickets missing from the outfield fence. Center field's got about 3 pickets missing on the lower part of the fence. Here's the pitch. Travis hits that one high out into right center. That's going to get down, and Dash is out at second. He had to hold up. Nothing that he could really do there. It was a fly ball out into right center. Dash had to go halfway, and right fielder made a good throw to get the force at second. So 1 out, 1 run on the board this inning for the Pirates. They lead 9-4. Runners on the corners, soon to be runners at first or second and third. That is upstairs and way outside for ball 1. KP Kelby Pittman's at the plate. Here's the pitch.
Bring him home.
Down low for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one hard in a gap in the hole. That's going to get to the wall in left center. That's going to score. Travis missed third base, I think. Travis was sure to score, but I think he missed stepping on third base.
That's a great hit. Good hit, Kelby!
So 1 out, runners on second and third, and Luke Lunar-Landers is up. He had his shin guards on. He was on deck and there's only 1 out and he had his shin guards on. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. It's all right, these boys got to learn. He's got his shin guards off now, thanks to Coach Ryan. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. Pirates lead 10-4. Runners on second and third. Top of the 4th inning, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Could have hit him, but he ducked, so it didn't. 1-1.
Big hit, big hitter, big hitter.
Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Luke fouls that one straight back. Strike 2.
Here comes Kirsten. Drill number 1. Terminator. Get a piece of it and rename it.
Here's the pitch. Upstairs. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one. That's going to not get over the Kelby gets no, it doesn't get doubled up.
Oh my God.
So shortstop caught that one. Tried doubling it up, doubling Kelby off a second. I thought he got him, but it hit Kelby right in the back. Two outs, runners on second and third. Preston, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, is up. Kelby's good. Brings up Preston. He's looking to chop some wood. He does a bench press and a little bat flip through the legs. Here's the pitch. Preston hits that one hard into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to score 2, no problem. So Preston with a 2 RBI base hit, keeping the rally going, 12-4. That brings up Brenner. Brenner looking to keep this 2-out rally going. Here's the pitch. Brenner hits that one. That's going to get down fair for a double. He hit that off the hands, but it's going to count. No, Preston's going to get – nope, he's safe. All right, so Preston digging that one out, getting to third, and we're going to officially score that a double for Brenner. That brings up Henry Poole is here. He's looking to hit something hard. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. Henry looking to do a job. Hit something hard into the gap. Here's the pitch. Henry smokes that one, but foul.
Wait, turn on it, Tim.
The moms liked it. Barrel came to hit. That is a fact. Here's the pitch. Curveball gets hung. Henry hits it right to the shortstop, though. So that was actually a very good at bat there by Henry. He sat back on that curveball, hit it hard. He just hit it right to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. So the Pirates score 4 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2 men stranded. We head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Pirates 12, bullpen 4. All right, folks. Let's see. Defensively, what do we got going on here? Wow, Henry's playing first. Sorry, he's my son. Of course, I'm going to know where he's playing. Travis is on the mound. Coach Roberts trying to earn that starting job behind the plate. He's got a man cold this weekend, so he's probably not going to earn the starting spot. But trying to be like MJ and play through it. Ties at third, Brenner's at short, Kelby's at first. Kelby's at second, Henry's at first. Let's see. Dash is in left, Parker's in center, and Will's in right. Luke's behind the plate. All right, folks, we're about to get started here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Still hot, but this is the last game of the day for the Pirates. They will be playing again tomorrow, so we'll be coming at you tomorrow, either from out here or a little bit closer to home at Premier. We drove past Premier on the way here, so that's cool. That was one of the 20 ballparks that we passed on the way here. None of them were good enough, though. We had to get out here and play. This one was the best, and nothing but the best for these boys. You know, I'll say this. At least we're not a major league team playing in a minor league ballpark. Not calling anybody out, but come on, Las Vegas Athletics. What is your deal? Maybe you're the Sacramento Athletics this year? I don't know. Who are you? Oakland? Nobody knows. All right. Travis is working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. Now he's working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. A little bit high for ball 2. Here's the pitch. That's popped straight up. Henry underneath it behind first base. He makes the catch. for the first out of the inning. So he's going to throw it around. This will be the first successful time around the horn if they're able to do it. No, Kelby aborts. Abort. Kelby aborts going around the horn. So they're 0 for 2 on going around the horn today. Sorry, this game. They were 1 for 2 last game. So 1 for 4 on the day. It's kind of abysmal, folks. Here's the pitch. That one bounced. Could have hit that hitter, but he didn't want to get hit. And he hears it from his first base coach, too. Coach asks, where are you going? I think maybe he's trying to get out of the way. That's probably where he was going. Travis still working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. That's hit softly to Kelby at second. He fields it, makes the throw. Henry with a big-time stretch. 2 outs. And they make it around the horn successfully. Nope, doesn't count. Almost, folks. We almost had it around the horn successfully. They're 1 for 5 on the day. Travis still working out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's hit hard. Ty unable to come up with it. Dash over there, makes a solid throw into second. Tent Gate 2025 is alive and well. This time the crew is making its way up sooner. Last time it took them about 5 minutes and like 5 Pirates parents to see that their tent had blown over, but here we are. Runner on first does not take off on that. Good slide step there by Travis to keep the runner close. 1-0. 2 outs, runner on first base. Hit out into right field. Will not gonna, that was hit softly out there. Will gonna try and get him out at first. It was close, but he's safe. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. Pirates lead 12-4. Travis checks his runners. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1.
Like, I just didn't see it. Like,
Travis takes a look at the runners. Here's the pitch. That's in there. No. Didn't get that call. It looked pretty good, and I'm standing right behind home plate on that pitch. Maybe a little bit low. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 3. So Travis behind in the count 3-0. He's going to work hard here to get back, get this hitter back. Here's the pitch. There it is. Strike 1. Travis is going to be working his way all the way back here. 3-1. You got 2 quick outs and gave up 2 kind of little dink hits. One of them probably could have been an out. That is outside for ball 4. Ben calls time, makes his way out to the mound. He's going to call the whole defense in. I think he's probably just stalling for time to not have to play another inning and burn any more pitchers. Classic 11U baseball move right there, folks. Classic. Ben typically doesn't use it, but and I'm in full support of him not using it, but I think in this instance it's hot. We don't want to burn any more pitchers. The boys have played really well this game. Just want to get this game over with. So we need one more out here, and we will be done. So infield is back with 2 outs. They're just getting an out. Travis has been throwing well. He hadn't given up any hard hit balls. Runner on second has a gigantic lead. Here's the pitch. That's hit straight up in the air out in the left field. Dash is charging in. Brenner over, makes a great catch in foul territory, and that's the ball game. Pirates win 12-4. Thanks for joining us, folks. We will see you sometime tomorrow. We won't know until probably 1 a.m. what time we're playing tomorrow, but we'll let you know. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, I'll do it.
I forget.